After a woman's husband passed away, leaving her a widow, you'll be shocked to find out what her son did next. It's a story of struggle, compassion, and an unexpected turn of events. You won't believe what happened. Watch till the end to find out the full story. If you enjoy the video, please give it a like. Also, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon. Let's get started. Once upon a time, there was a 12-year-old boy named Sajid who lived with his mother and older sister in a modest three-story house. The house was built by his father, who had worked in a private company. His father passed away unexpectedly 5 years ago at the age of 35. He was the breadwinner of the family, and his sudden death created a vacuum that would never be filled. Sajid's mother was only 27 years old when her husband died. At such a young age, she found herself alone, struggling to provide for her children. The pain of losing her husband was overwhelming, but the financial burden was even more crushing. The company where Sajid's father worked provided them with only 200,000 taka, approximately $2,000, which was far from enough to sustain them for long. Unfortunately, none of their relatives or friends came forward to offer any support. They say that in times of hardship, even relatives become strangers. And that's exactly what happened. Sajid's family, once surrounded by people, now found themselves alone. Isolated and forgotten, everyone went on with their own lives and no one cared to check on them. Sajid's mother, who had always been a loving and caring wife, suddenly found herself in an unfamiliar role. With no one else to turn to, she became the sole caretaker of her family. She spent her days grieving and her nights worrying about how to feed her children. She stayed at home, trying to make ends meet, but despite her best efforts, the money her husband had left behind was quickly running out. As time passed, the financial strain became unbearable. They could no longer pay their bills and food became scarce. Sajid's mother did everything she could to save money, cutting down on expenses, selling whatever little they had, and trying to make the best of their dire situation. But even with all her sacrifices, the money was gone within 10 months. With no other options left, Sajid's mother made a difficult decision. She would have to leave the house and find work to support her children.